Welcome to this ROV Insight. Today, Stephen and I finish up a four-part series on assessing four dimensions of awareness in your meditation practice. And you'll see how these four dimensions of awareness in meditation practice relate to these dimensions of awareness in your life and in your relationships. So we've gone through in this series, part one was the foundation of your practice in terms of grounded presence and vital energy, lower Dantian focus and cues for that. And then we moved into open-hearted awareness and did a 5-question quiz around that and some cues for open-hearted awareness. And then last time in our third part, we worked with the mind center and 5 questions for the mind center and also cues for a quiet mind and mental clarity and the ability to observe our thoughts. So today we have 5 questions and some tips for spiritual awareness. So this is the bigger picture awareness, the vast, open, clear space of awareness itself. So if you'll come along with us, and we suggest you have a pen and paper to write down your numerical responses for these 5 questions, and then Stephen's going to guide us into what these might mean in terms of your practice. So on all of these questions, response of 0 would be never, response of 1 would be sometimes, and response of 2 would be usually or often. And we had someone in one of our groups point out that she was like a 1.5 on one of these. So feel free to give yourself a score between these. So let's get right into it. The first question for spiritual awareness. I have trouble trusting in the bigger picture in life and knowing that everything will be okay. I have trouble trusting in the bigger picture in life and knowing that everything will be okay. So 0 for never, 1 for sometimes, and 2 for usually or often. Question 2. I struggle with meaning and purpose in my life. I struggle with meaning and purpose in my life. 0, never, 1, sometimes, 2, often. And don't overthink these, just go with your initial response. Question 3. I often think one thing, feel another, and do something else. So I often think one thing, feel another, and do something else. So this has to do with spiritual integration. So 0 is never, 1 sometimes, or 2 often. Question 4. I am searching for what my soul truly desires. I am searching for what my soul truly desires. 0, never, 1 sometimes, or 2 usually. And the final question 5, I don't feel connected to life, God, or source. I don't feel connected to life, God, or source. 0, never, 1, sometimes, 2, often. So go ahead now and tally up your total for all 5 of those questions. And now Stephen's going to talk about what the range of responses might mean in terms of your personal practice of spiritual awareness in meditation and in life. So Stephen, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. And love and blessings to everybody. So spiritual awareness and the connection to spiritual awareness. In this case, if you have a score of 0 to 3, this means you appear to have a strong sense of spiritual connection. So you really have a felt sense of feeling connected and aware of the bigger picture in life. So that means that the practices you're already doing, keep them up. They're already helping you to strengthen this sense of connection. So simple practices like intention and gratitude and practicing loving compassion, and especially, which I'll go into in a minute, this awareness, spacious awareness of whatever is present and allowing whatever is present to arise. So maintain this daily spiritual practice, and a daily routine is really helpful. Having a daily meditation or prayer or contemplative practice in the beginning of your day, and one which you have at the end of the day, and conscious check-ins with your contemplative prayer or meditative state during the day really help you to fully realize your deeper purpose. So if you've scored 4 to 7, this means you might be having some issues with spiritual connection. There might be times when you kind of drop in and drop out, or times when you're on the cushion meditating when you really feel connected, and perhaps during the day you get drawn out into your daily life as if it's something separate. So it might fluctuate somewhat. However, these don't seem to overwhelm you. And if you have that score, 4 to 7, then you're probably already focusing on practices that are helping you connect to life and to inner guidance and spiritual purpose. So keep those up. And if possible, if you've got a practice that fluctuates a little, see if you can keep that daily routine, because it really helps you to maintain and support this life of spirit and this life purpose and spiritual awareness. Now, if you have 8 to 10 points, then this means that spiritual connection really is an important focal point in your daily life and your inner work and your outer work in the world. So obviously you might need to bring more awareness to what's happening during your daily life, especially at times at work or in relationships, or when you find, so you might have developed a beginning spiritual practice, but you might be learning about how to bring that into the world. So seek ways to feel more fully connected to life. Seek ways in that you're going to help you to really listen and feel and turn inwards, a skill that Kevin and I call interoception, and also bring mindfulness to your daily practice. Simply being mindful, turning inwards and being present with whatever's present, just simply allowing an inner life to unfold. So consider setting up a daily spiritual practice, especially that daily routine that you do in the mornings, in the evenings, and check in regularly during your day. So you might want to put post-it notes around your house to remind you to check in, or at your work, or on your computer, or on your phone. Just simple ways of alerting you to turn inwards and be mindful about what is present and living your deeper life purpose. So Kevin and I often speak about awareness, and Kevin will speak about this in a moment, because Kevin naturally exists in that spacious awareness. And being aware of space can be really helpful. For example, if you right now, instead of looking at me in the computer, if you become aware of the space all around the computer, so look over it and open your eyes in a way that helps you to gaze straight ahead into space. So really be aware of your eyes and the energy of the eyes and the energy with which vision plays in your life, and how you can connect with space. Now, normally you focus on objects, but right now you're actually orienting to space itself. So notice how open and unobstructed and clear the space is. So the space between you and the walls. And notice this quality of openness, and that's infinite. There's no real bounds to space. If you open up the walls, there's space, still space, right? No matter where you look, no matter where you seek, no matter how much you try to find an end to space, it's limitless. Right? So as you feel the space and notice the space, you really start to feel this limitlessness, this quality of openness, this way that the gaze extended infinitely can also help you to feel the infinite nature of space itself that takes you beyond the boundaries of your room and into the vast infinite space, which is completely open and unobstructed. So Kevin is going to add a little bit to this too, because both of us have worked with this awareness of space and spacious awareness as a way of really connecting with this quality of openness, of clarity, of unobstructed, limitless being. So Kevin, over to you, just to help guide people into this understanding of awareness and spacious awareness.
Thank you, Stephen. And thank you for that gazing practice, that open, spacious gaze. And so I'll just build on that with practice of feeling the space within the body and then within the space around the body. And so we have an exercise in our course called Point Path Field. And normally in our daily life, we tend to be object focused. So we tend to focus on a thing, like say your finger. So if you just put your finger out in front of you and you feel the space of your finger, that is an object focus. You're focused on an object. And now, instead of being focused on the finger, you become focused on the space around the finger. So the space around the finger is actually what enables the finger to appear. It is that within which the finger appears in your awareness. And all of our awareness is like that. We focus on specific objects, and these appear within a larger space, within a larger surrounding space. So spacious awareness is simply taking our attention away from that focal object and bringing the background awareness into the foreground. So rather than focusing on the finger, now allow the background space, the space around the finger, to become prominent in your consciousness. Now let's do the same thing with our eyes closed. So close your eyes and focus on feeling your finger. So you might feel a warmth or a tingling or a flow of energy up through your finger. You're just zeroing in on that object of attention. You could wiggle your finger a little bit if you want to awaken more sensory awareness there. Okay, once you have a good feeling for the space of your finger, now feel the space around your finger. First, feel the space touching the skin of your finger. And then feel the wider space, the vast open space around your finger. And imagine and feel that space expands in all directions. So forward, backward, behind you, to the left of you, to the right of you, above you, and below you. So feel this vast, open, clear space of awareness. This space within which any thought, any feeling, any sensory object like your finger appears. Now you can rest your hands down and simply rest as that vast space of awareness within which and from which all experiences, all sensations, all thoughts, all feelings arise. What does it feel like to be vast, open, clear, spacious awareness itself? Oh, it's a wonderful letting go, wonderful relief, wonderful sense of peace and openness and connection, wonderful clarity. Now very slowly open your eyes and feel the space within you, within the vast space around you, as one space of awareness. What if you moved through life with this vast, open, spacious awareness present with you as a background? For all your life experiences and relationships. It's a whole different way of being. So thank you, Stephen, and thank you all for participating with us and for your practice. Bye for now.